The waves whispered secrets to the shore, secrets of love, longing, and betrayal. In Bonthe, the moon did not just shine, it watched. And on nights like this, when its light was the color of envy, it chose whom to bless and whom to curse. Zainab had a love so true it made even the sea jealous, but her mother, Mama Kadiatu, carried a wound that time had not healed. She saw in Kojo the ghost of a man who once broke her heart, and she swore that her daughter would not repeat her fate. Kojo was a fisherman, strong and kind, with a heart that beat only for Zainab. He had promised to build her a home by the water, where they could watch the tides rise and fall together. But Mama Kadiatu had other plans. She had promised Zainab to Chief Gbase, a wealthy and powerful man who could secure their family's future. The night before Zainab was to be taken as the chief's wife, she met Kojo by the shore, her heart pounding with fear and defiance. "Run away with me," Kojo pleaded. "Tonight, before the moon reaches its highest point, we can sail beyond the reach of tradition, beyond the reach of your mother's control." Zainab hesitated. She knew her mother's power. Mama Kadiatu was no ordinary woman. She was the village healer, a woman whose whispers could summon spirits, whose hands could bind souls or break them. But love is like the tide. It cannot be controlled. That night, under the jealous moon, Mama Kadiatu stood in her hut, whispering to the spirits of the water. The moonlight made her eyes glow as she clutched a talisman, its surface pulsing with dark energy. "Take him," she commanded. "Take him before he takes her from me." And the spirits listened. The wind howled, the ocean rose, and as Kojo pushed his boat into the water, the waves turned against him. Zainab screamed as a massive wave crashed down, swallowing Kojo whole. The village awoke to the sound of her wailing. People gathered at the shore, shaking their heads. "The sea has claimed him," they murmured. "The spirits do not favor their love." But Zainab refused to believe it. She fell to her knees, crying out to her mother, "Please, Mama, stop this." Mama Kadiatu stood silent, the talisman in her hand glowing with an eerie light. She had done what she thought was right. She had stopped history from repeating itself. But as she looked at her daughter, heartbroken, shattered, she saw something she had not expected. She saw herself. She saw the young woman she once was, begging for love, pleading against fate. She had lost the man she loved all those years ago, and now she was about to make her daughter suffer the same fate. The spirits were still waiting, still hungry for their sacrifice. Mama Kadiatu took a deep breath, raised the talisman high, and smashed it against the ground. The wind stilled. The ocean released its grip. The jealous moon, once green with envy, dimmed, and then a moment of silence before a figure washed ashore. Zainab ran, her feet sinking into the wet sand. Kojo lay there barely breathing, his fingers digging into the earth as if he were anchoring himself to life. She threw herself over him, sobbing with relief. Mama Kadiatu watched them, her hands trembling. She had spent a lifetime running from her past, but in that moment she made peace with it. She turned away, walking back into the shadows of the baobab tree. The jealous moon of Bonthe had claimed many hearts, but that night, love had broken the curse. As dawn broke over the village, the sky no longer held envy, only the soft promise of a new beginning. And for the first time in many years, the sea was quiet, and so the jealous moon of Bonthe set for the first time in many years, no longer watching with envy, but with quiet understanding. Love had endured where fate had tried to steal it, and as the sun rose over the village, so too did hope, carried in the arms of a girl who refused to let her love drown in the past.